Okay, whatever. It's up to you what you guys want to do. But the test is Thursday. Okay, so let's do this. We finish early. Is this as big as it gets? There. Oh, I like that better.
They won math.
No, not math. Math counts as intermediate. Math team.
Yeah. They won something.
Hey, where's my chalk? Where's my chalk?
You left it on your desk.
You know what was impressive about the math team victory? They give awards to the top 10 students in the whole state, and we had 8 of them. 8 out of the top 10.
How many people are on your team?
Well, you have 10 people on the varsity and 4 on the JV.
So only 2 people from your group didn't get an award.
Yeah.
That's a little sad.
Well, what? This is the whole state. What, you know of any other, like a sports team? Like a baseball team? What if you have 8 out of 10? Or soccer? You got 8 out of 10 on the all-star team. The state all-star team. No, I'm just saying. What if 80% of the all-star team was from your school? That's unheard of, right?
That's pretty cool.
But not for Eli.
It's probably not.
Okay, now number 1. This looks just like the quiz we just did. Hello. Okay, in triangle. Hey, Mr. Park, this is like the same triangle you drew. A is for, yes, it's just different numbers, man. 62 degrees. A is 5. Find B right here. So again, if 2 angles are given, you use the law of sines, right? When do you use the law of sines again? AAS or ASA. That's when you use the law of sines. Okay, so if I want to find B, I have to know the opposite angle here. So what you do is, here, you know what? I'm going to get my calculator because I just can't trust you guys. I bet you if I walk around the room now, less than half of you did the... Is that a game? Sean? Is that a game?
Oh, it's my screensaver.
What?
It's my screensaver.
Oh, how clever. A game is your screensaver.
No, it's our schedule.
It's our blocks.
I see all colors. It must be a game. Okay, so if you add these up, that's 109. Subtracted from 180, 71 degrees. Correct? Okay, here we go. So you want to find B? B over sine of the opposite angle is equal to, that's the only given side, so 5 over the sine of the opposite angle. See, you write that down on your paper, you probably could get 2 or 3 out of 5. And then B equals 5 sine 71 over sine 47. Okay, now, if you do this, you will get 3 out of 5. The last 2 points is, can you punch that in on your calculator? And if you don't practice, like who was the person that used somebody else's calculator and they didn't know what to do?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I know. That's why I went like this. If you don't practice on the calculator you're going to use, problems occur. Right? I don't know.
Yes.
See? Divide by sine 47. Cool! 6.464. Bam! Easy. See, that's just to get you warmed up on the test. That's like the appetizer. And again, if I give you a word problem, I will give you the picture. So, like you guys don't really need the picture. Maybe I shouldn't give you the picture. Yeah?
No.
Sure.
Why? Station A is located 150 miles north of B. A ship at sea sends so here's a ship right there. A ship sends a signal that is received by each station. So, whoop, whoop. The call to station A indicates that the ship is located from the south 66 degrees east. So this is 66 degrees. This is A here. And the call to station B indicates that the ship is located from the north 59 degrees east. So that's 59 degrees. How far is each station from the trip? What did I just say? You know, why don't we just call this C? since you get A, B, C, so this is C. So that means we need to figure out A and B. I just put S for ship, but then you guys are used to just A, B, C. Yeah. Anyway, so two angles, I'm going to use the law of sine. So the first thing you should do is figure out this angle. So if you add up these two and subtract it from 180, that's 125, subtract, what is that, 55? You guys have calculators, right? So don't even try to do that in your head, because some of you have problems borrowing and stuff. So if I want to find B over here, so you go B over sine of the opposite angle is equal to 150 over sine of the opposite angle. B is equal to 150 sine 59 degrees all over sine 55 degrees. Punch that in on your calculator. Divided by sine. Anyway, didn't I do all this in the solutions? That means nothing to me, Mr. Pratt. 2089. And since I'm probably going to use this in another calculation, I'm going to store this in B, since that's B. Ooh. Okay, now how do you find A? Same thing. A over sine of the opposite angle is equal to 150 over the sine of the opposite angle. So A is equal to, now see, these problems require more computations, so I don't know, it might be worth more points. Probably. Okay, punch that in on your calculator, you get 150 sine 66 divided by sine 55, bam! 167.2849621. And I'm going to store that in A because that's A. Okay, so that's the answer for part A. Now, part B. This is, you guys don't even recognize this problem from the book. If a helicopter capable of flying 100 miles per hour is dispatched from the station nearest the ship, how long will it take to reach the ship? Now, here's the ship. Which one is closer? Is the ship closer to B or A? Well, this is 167. This is 156. Which one is closer? Yeah, so this one is smaller, so you're closer to here. So if the helicopter can fly 100 miles per hour, how long is it going to take? Rate times time equal distance. So time is equal to distance over rate. So what is this distance? Yeah, B is B, because we have it stored in B, and you divide it by the rate, which is 100 miles per hour. That tells you the time it takes. So here's B. Now, we don't need a calculator for this, right? What happens if I take this and divide it by 100? Just move the decimal 1 to the left, 2 to the left, right? 1.569612.089, but you're gonna have to round off. How do you round this one off? What do you do? 1.570, and what does it say to leave it in hours? So you don't have to write hours because it says hours, so you can just leave it like that. Can we repeat this?
Yes.
We'll find out, won't we? Okay, number 3. An aircraft. See, we did this for the homework. I got these right out of the book. Oh, okay, number 3. How come I can remember the problems from the book? Okay, so 2 observers who are 1,500 feet apart. As the aircraft passes over, so here's the aircraft up here, passes over the line joining them, each observer computes the angle of elevation. So this one is 32 degrees, and this one is 36 degrees. Find the vertical distance right there. So before you can do anything, you have to either figure out this side or this side. It doesn't matter. You can pick any one. Which one you want to do? Left or right? Remember, I asked you the same thing when we did the homework problem. Left or right?
Right.
Okay, so you want to just call this A, B, and C then?
The top is
How do you know? Oh, great. It doesn't really matter though. Okay, A, B, C. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. So what do you want to find, B or C? It doesn't matter, pick one. Okay, B. So B over sine of the opposite angle, 32 degrees, is equal to 1500 over the sine of the opposite angle here. So you've got to figure that out. So what's that? 68 subtracted from 180. 112? Is that correct? Okay, so B is equal to 1500 sine 32 over sine of 112 degrees, which is, punch that on your calculator, 1500. Are you guys even practicing this? $857.3045059. And I'm going to store that in B, since that's B. Okay, now you got to answer the question. The question is, how high is the plane? What is the height of the plane? Let's call it 8. And again, look, you got a right triangle, so this is just like the quiz, right? You have a right triangle here. I know this angle. I know this side. How do I find that side? So that's opposite and hypotenuse. Which one is it? SOHCAHTOA. Opposite, hypotenuse. Which one am I going to use? Sine. The sine of 36 degrees is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Now this one is stored there. That's what this is. So multiply both sides by b. Height is equal to b sine 36. So all you have to do is take this number on your calculator and times it by the sine of 36 degrees. So I don't even have to use this because I have it on my calculator. Just go times sine 36. Cool! So you get 503 point, and since this is the final answer, just round off. Okay, are we going to be able to repeat this? Okay, number 4. Find the measurement of the largest angle. Are you guys taking a picture of this? No need to take picture. You know why? I have the solutions. I'm just like doing it again. Guys, it's killing me. I do all this extra work for you. At least you can do the minimum. Number 4. Triangle ABC. What is this? A is 4. Cool. B is 8. And C is 5. Find the measurement of the largest angle. Now, which of these angles is the largest? A, B, or C? Which one is the largest? Lee?
C.
What?
B.
Who said E? There's no E!
I said B.
Okay, why is B the largest angle? Because it's opposite from the biggest. Oh, so what's your strategy then? Compute all 3 of them and then just circle the biggest one? So we're going to use this form of the law of cosines. B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine of angle B. Does that, we want to find angle B, so you got to use the one with capital B in it, right? So all you got to do is plug in, baby. So which one? This is A, this is B, and this is C. So 8 squared is equal to 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 245 cosine angle B. And I'm gonna skip a step here because it's all written down there. Cosine of angle B. If you solve for cosine of angle B, you're gonna get 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 8 squared all over 2 times 4 times 5. Can you guys do that? Just by looking? If not, then do the intermediate step there. Okay, and then if you want to find angle B, you got to cosine inverse the thing. So angle B is equal to cosine inverse 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 8 squared all over 2 times 4 times 5. And again, I keep telling you guys, got to put parentheses there because of the order of operations. Punch that in on your calculator and you should get, I won't be lazy, I'll do it then. sign inverse, parentheses, 4 squared per square. I don't know why I'm doing this. Divided by, can you guys just do 2 times 4 times 5 in your head already? 40. Okay, never mind. 2 times 4 times 5, close parentheses, boom. So angle B is 125.090. So when you round it off, it's actually 100 degrees. Everything gets carried. That might throw some of you guys off, huh? Okay, another word problem. Take it right out of the book. Okay, a pilot flies from city A to city B, so like this, due north, exactly north. He then turns an angle of 53 degrees, like that. That's 53 degrees. And flies, yeah, we don't need pictures. Look how simple this is. Which is 200 miles away. So this is 200 miles away, this is 300 miles away. How far is he from A to C? So, what do I use? Law of sines or law of cosines? What do I do? Well, look. This is 53 degrees, therefore what is this? Subtracted from 180, 127 degrees. So, I know 2 sides and the included angle. How do I find it? I'll just call that B. How do I find that? SAS. That's when you use the law of cosines. Here, I'll write it down. When do you use the law of cosines? SSS or SAS? When you know 2 sides and the included angle or all 3 sides. So, since I'm trying to find B, I can use this one, this form of the law of cosines. So, B squared is equal to 300 squared plus 200 squared minus 2 times 300 times 200 times the cosine of 127 degrees. Punch that in on your calculator and then square root it. Don't forget to square root it. So 300 squared plus 200 squared minus cosine 127. Kaboom! And then you got to square root it. So square root answer. I get 449.6863382, and I'm going to store that in B, because who knows when you're going to have to use it again. Okay, so that's the answer for part A. Part B, what bearing should the pilot use to fly directly from... So, in other words, we need to figure out this angle here, because if you want to fly directly, you got to know what that angle is. So, what should I use, law of sines or law of cosines? What did I tell you guys? When can you use the law of sines? When you know 2 angles. Do I know 2 angles in this triangle? No, I only know 1, so can I use the law of sines?
No.
Yes, you can, because remember I told you, unless you know something, and what is that something? This angle is less than 90. If you know for a fact this angle is less than 90 degrees, then you can use the law of sines. And if you're unsure, then just use the law of cosines. But you guys know, right, from doing the homework, the law of sines is just way easier to use. Because look, law of cosines, you gotta do so much punching in, but like law of sines, it's just easier to use. So, can you clearly see that this is less than 90 degrees? Yes or no? Because if you do the wrong thing on the test, it's big points coming up. Yes, you can use the law of sines just because you know it's less than 90 degrees. So, sine of angle A over A, which is 200, is equal to the sine. Now, the only angle we know is this one, 127 degrees over B. Now, do we know what B is? Yes, it's this number here that I stored. So, therefore, sine of angle A is 200 sine of 127 over B. So to find angle A, you got a sine inverse. Sine inverse 200 sine 127 degrees over B. So either you store it on your calculator or you write down all of these things over there. I don't care what, just do it, right? So sine inverse 200 sine of 127 degrees divided by b, close parentheses. Cool. So I get angle A is 20.805 degrees. Now, they want to know the bearing though. So if this angle is 20.805 degrees, what is the bearing? So, from the north, I'll write it here. From the north, how many degrees east do I go? That! 20.805 degrees east. That's what bearing is. Okay, look, you can get the same picture. It's just going to different numbers. So for those of you who are not doing the practice test, this you guys are just blowing my mind here. It's like almost the end of the course already. That's the key to success. Number 6. In triangle ABC. Okay, this problem here. This is the ambiguous case. So there may be more than one solution. So how many solutions is this problem going to have? How do you know? Yeah, because I already told you. So I'm telling you that. So if you don't give me the 2 solutions, what's going to happen? Minus 20. 8. Okay, now, when you do the ambiguous case, I keep telling you, I don't know if you guys are actually doing this, I guess I'll wait to the test to find out. Always put the given angle in the lower left-hand corner. Always do that. Okay? And then A is 6, and then put the other side over here, 8. You should always do that. So this is C. So it says solve the triangle. Now, what are we supposed to do to figure out how many solutions there are? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to compute the height of this triangle right there. And how do you do that?
Sine.
Yeah, so look at this right triangle here. This is the opposite and hypotenuse. Use sine. The sine of 27 degrees is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Therefore, h is equal to 8 sine 27 degrees. Punch that in on your calculator. .632. That's what this is. Now, if this side is bigger than that, but smaller than that, how many solutions are there? 2! But I already told you, it's going to be 2 on the test, so you don't even have to do this part. It's going to be 2, unless I trick you.
Ouch.
But I'm not gonna. So there's 2 solutions. See, this part here that I'm doing is just to figure out how many solutions there are. Okay, now,
We need to show that part for the.
no, you don't have to, as long as you have the 2 solutions. So, here's one solution. What's the other one going to be? The other one is, what happens if you take this side and you swing it in on this side? That's the other solution. So it's going to look like this. Onk, conk, conk. A, B, C. See? So this is still 8, this is still 6, this is still 27 degrees, except this thing could have been swung in that way. Okay, now, let's do the hard work. Okay, so let's look at this triangle first. What's the first thing that you should find? Well, if you've been doing your homework, you would know. What's the first thing I should find over here? Arita.
Other angles? I mean, B. Oh.
50-50 chance of C. You find angle C first.
C.
Are you guys even doing? Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
So how do I find angle C here? Do I use the law of sines or law of cosines? Garcia! Law of sines or cosines? 50-50 chance.
Sine.
Yes. Sine. So sine of, when you do the ambiguous case, you're only going to use the law of sines. You're not going to use the law of cosines at all. Okay? So sine C over the opposite side is equal, now this is the only angle you know, so sine of 27 over the opposite side 6. So sine of angle C is 8 sine 27 over 6. So to find angle C, you got a sine inverse. Sine inverse 8 sine 27 degrees over 6. Punch that in on your calculator. Oh, what happened here? Sine inverse 8 sine 27 divided by 6. 37.25192,031 degrees. And you know what? I'm going to store that. Store that in C, I suppose. That would be the best thing. All right. Now that I got angle C here, how do I figure out angle B? Oh, you just subtract it from 180. So this angle here is 180 minus 27 minus C, correct? I need new chalk. Okay, so punch that in on your calculator. 180 minus 27 minus the thing. So you either stored or you wrote it down on your paper. I get 115.74807797 degrees. And you know what? I'm going to store that in B. Store it in B. I might use it later. So what's the last thing that I have to find in this triangle? Right there, that side there. You use the law of sines. You always use the law of sines in the ambiguous case. So B over sine B, which I have stored, which is the 115 point something degrees, is equal to, now which one should I use, the 6 or the 8? It really doesn't matter. Okay, I like to use the 6 because then, see, this angle is nice as opposed to that one, right? But whatever, it's going to come out no matter what. 6 over the sine of opposite angle 27 degrees. So B equals 6 sine B over sine 27. Punch that in on your calculator. 6 sine B divided by sine 27. Woo! 11.90394,248. Box that, that's the answer. How many points do I get for all of that?
3.
I'm going to give you 2 out of 12. How come? Because you only found one solution. There are 2, that's the whole purpose of this problem, people. There's 2 solutions. Okay, maybe I might give you 3 out of 12. But unless, very unlikely. So, now we got to do this one. See, all of this work is just for this triangle. Now we got to do this one. So, once I know this angle C here, how do I figure out this new angle C over here?
180 minus old C.
Very good. 180 minus the old angle C. So, 180 minus old angle C is 142.74807797 degrees. And you know what I'm going to do? Store that in C. So store that in C, so this becomes the new angle C.
And now you can solve for B.
Yeah. So to get this angle up here, you go 180 minus 27 minus the new angle C. See how you got to practice. You just watch me do it on the board. You think you can do it on the test? Some of you probably still think you can. Yeah? So this one comes out to 10.25192031 degrees. I'm going to store that in B now. So store in B. So that's my new angle B. So the only thing I have to find is this side B here, and I'm done. So again, B over sine, what's opposite that? B, I have that stored, is equal to 6 over sine 27 degrees. Multiply both sides by that. 6 sine B over sine 27. Punch that in on the calculator. 6 sine B divided by sine 27. 2.352161902. Bam! And then of course, round off to 3 decimal places. What did we say about that last week? Because didn't somebody ask if they could write just all the decimal places?
Yeah, you
Was
said
somebody
you
in
could
this
leave-
area here?
I asked.
And then so what did I say? I can't even remember what I said.
You agreed just to write everything down.
We can leave it like that.
Yeah. For this test.
Not for the.
You sure?
Not
How
for
come I
any-
don't remember that?
No, you said we could do it for this test, but not for any previous tests. Hint, hint.
Okay, that's what I really said.
I'm pretty sure we caught it on video.
All right. I don't like it. No, you know what? I can change my mind. I'm the teacher.
But you're so nice. And
What? Who can't round off to 3 decimal places?
I know. You look right
Okay. Okay, 7. Now remember the last test you had to find areas of quadrilaterals? Now you're gonna have to do it again, except, see the last test there was a right angle in there, made it easy, but now no more right angle. See, they didn't put this in the book, but like I said, the book sometimes is weak. 766, 111, 132 degrees. Find the area of this quadrilateral. So just like the last test, you have to break it up into 2 triangles. So which diagonal do you want to draw in? A or B? If you do it one way, it makes it a lot simpler. A or B? Nua, you had all the answers before. What about now? A or B?
He wants to find.
50-50 chance.
I know, B.
No! A! You know why? Because look, you get 2 equal sides. It's isosceles.
Sorry, I got
Yeah, isosceles. Because if these 2 sides are equal, that means these 2 angles are equal. It just helps you out. So if this is 132, you know that these 2 have to add up to 48, but then they're equal. So doesn't it have to be 24 and 24? No, you don't have to do that in your head because you have a calculator here, right? Doesn't that help you?
Yeah.
Because if that's 24 and the whole thing is 111, what is this one right there? Okay, now let's do this without a calculator. No, I know you guys can't do it. 111 minus, oh, let's divide it up. Minus 24. So this angle here is 87 degrees. Now, I have 2 triangles. Can I figure out the area of that triangle right there? Oh, so Mr. Park, we're gonna know the formulas for areas of triangles. Hey! If you know 2 sides and the included angle, what's the fastest way to find the area of a triangle? Let's review. Area equals 1/2 AB sine C. Come on, you guys just did this on the last test. So look, I know 2 sides and the included angle. The area is 1/2 AB sine C. That's just easy. Now, how do I find the area of this triangle there? Maybe I'll put 2 dots then. Well, I know this angle is 87. I know this side is 7. If I can just figure out that side right there, then I can use 1/2 AB sine C, right? How do I figure out this? Law of No. Oh, actually, you can use the law of sines because you know all the angles. So why do we do that? Because it's easier. So where am I going to write this? C over sine opposite angle is equal to 6 over sine opposite angle. So C is equal to 6 sine 132 over sine of 24. Punch that in on your calculator. 6 sine 132 divided by sine 24. And I get 10.96254549. And I'm going to store that in C since that's C. Store C. Okay, I know what C is now. Look, now I know 2 sides and the included angle, 1/2 AB sine C. So then the area of the second triangle here is 1/2 AB sine of the angle in between, which is 87 degrees. Punch that in a calculator, that's the answer. You guys can punch that in, right? Okay, I'm not gonna, okay, I'll do it. So if you add these two together, see, what I noticed before, people compute this, then they compute that, they add it together. Why not just let the calculator do all the work? 51.693. I rounded to 3 decimal places. Okay? So that one was that one wasn't that hard. Oh my God. Okay, let's look at the second one, which would be a little tougher. Are we almost done? I'm getting tired. Is this the last problem? Ah, yeah. Okay, here's the last problem. Oh. Here we go. So here's another quadrilateral. I bet you the other trig classes don't do this. See, they're missing out. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, which diagonal should I draw in to help me? Should I draw in A or B? Young, A or B? B. Why?
Because there's an angle.
Yeah, exactly, because there's an angle there. So you can use it, right? Doesn't that make sense? Okay, so I got, find the area of this one and then now, okay, let's do the one dot triangle first. So 2 sides and include an angle. 1/2 AB sine C. Right? How many points? Okay, this, now you know these problems where you gotta do multiple steps. They're not gonna be 3 or 4 or 5 points, I'm gonna say 8 points then. If this problem is worth 8 points, how much do I get for that right there? Yeah, 2. You're right, 2 is. Okay, now I've got to figure out the area of this triangle here. I put 2 dots on it. So I got 2 sides. I either have to figure out this angle or this side, right? So which one do you think I'm going to do? Yeah, you're going to find the side because then you can use Heron's formula, right? We got to know that! No, you don't have to know it. Just going to get -8 then. No, -6 I guess. Okay, so first step, you got to find C. So again, no. SAS. You use the law of cosines to figure out what C is there because you only know one angle. So C squared is equal to, if you need to give them names, then put A and B there if you have to. Hopefully by this time you don't. 9 squared plus 10 squared minus 2, 9, 10. Cosine 66 degrees. Punch that in on your calculator and don't forget to square root it because if you forget to square root it, bad things happen. 2 times 9 times 10, cosine 66 degrees, punch that in, square root it, square root the answer, and you get 10.382071129. I'm going to store that in C. Store C. Okay, now I got that. Now, if I know 3 sides of a triangle, how do you find the area? Heron's formula, do we need to review it? Okay, all right. Does this look familiar? S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Well, you want me to give you the formulas on the test? I told you I'm not going to. You know why? Because on the final exam, it's not going to be there. So you just want to worry about it then? I'll think about it. But no, I thought about it. Okay, so how do you find the area of this triangle? What is this S thing, Mr. Park? What is that S? What is this S? The semi-perimeter. So it's half the perimeter. So the first thing you should do on your calculator is go compute that. So 7 plus 8 plus C over 2. Okay, so let's do that. You need to put parentheses here now because order of operations. So 7 plus 8 plus that number divided by 2, I get 12.69103564. I'm going to store that in S, but now what about those of you that don't have an S on your calculator? Mr. Park, my calculator only has ABC. Whatever, just store it in whatever you have. Or, like I said, if you need to write it all down, write it all down. Okay, and then, now that I know all 3 sides of this triangle, how do you find the area right there? square root of s, since I have it stored, s minus a, s minus b, s minus c. See, so what's stored on my calculator? I have s stored on my calculator and I have c stored on my calculator. So all I have to do is just punch that all in. I don't have to do anything. So let me do this quickly. Plus the square root. Where is s? Oh God! I pressed the wrong button. Erased everything. Don't you hate when you do that? You don't answer me. Okay, I like talking to myself. Okay, and then you press the button, and the thing just spits out the answer. 69. 421. Bam! So can do. So you can see, the concepts are not difficult, but you gotta practice this. This is just like every other test we have. Practice. Hit. All right, we are done. How much time left do we have? Only got 15 minutes left. Yep. Okay, let's use our time wisely and don't play games. No.
Why me?
I don't know. Because I saw Ignacio looking over, so I thought you might be playing a game. That's the only time people look over at somebody else because they're playing games and they want to watch them.
What, really?
They're taking notes and they need
No, not in this
I thought I
case.
do that. Like,
Not in
you
this
miss
case.
notes and then you get your practice.
All right. And then after this, there's only one more chapter left in the course.
Does that mean only one more test?
No, because then we're good.
Because I mean, besides the final exam.
But you still don't. We don't play games in class. If you want to go play a game, then ask to use the bathroom or something.
Wait, so does that mean we only have one more test? And like the